Hello there and welcome to Cuckoo for Books. I'm Salva and today I will be doing my CTC in the Philippines recap. If you guys haven't heard, 3 authors are here in Manila right now to do a book signing tour, and they are Colleen Hoover-Tarryn and Christine Brae. Earlier today I had the amazing opportunity to get my book signed by them and hear their Q&A. So here you guys go. This is my recap of CTC NPH.
We just get along. I feel like we're both low maintenance. We pretend not to be. She pretends that she's annoyed with me, but it's not true. She loves me. So it was a really enjoyable experience. We did it for fun, and then we thought we'd share it with the readers. I don't know that I could co-author with anyone else. I think she may be it for me.
I paid her to say all of that. No, it's true. It really was an easy experience. It wasn't something that we had on deadline, so we would just kind of, send it back and forth as we finished our chapters, and we're in the rush, and it's been a lot of fun to work on. We're still working on it, and the third one releases in January. So, and we're hoping, in the future to do it again. We don't know what we're going to write or when, but we had so much fun. Why not? The new seems really love the series. So yeah, we just want to do one book next time. We had to do a series this time because of contract limitations with my publisher. So we really would like to do just one novel next time.
I find really difficult, I think. Actually, what I've learned is that writing is a really lonely process. And I think for me, self-publishing is the same. It's that you just have to have your own resources, have your own editors, have your own readers, and you just have to basically do it all on your own. And it's a good experience, but it's also an experience that you actually do by yourself. So that's what self-publishing is. But the good thing about it is that you can write your words and you can publish them anytime you want. And when you're happy with your words, what you've written, and you feel like it's time to release it out to the world, you basically have your own schedule and you have your own time. So
Initially, they told us that we weren't good enough, or that parts of our story weren't right, and we just went ahead and did it anyway. And it was successful, so it's kind of a defiant movement where we got to create our own success, and I really love that. I think the hardest part is when people don't take you seriously, but they just have to read the books, and then I think they'll take you seriously. But that's what I love about self-publishing, that we got to do it on our own and show everyone that we could.
I mean, it's a life changer for a lot of people. The three of us wouldn't be here without it, and there's a lot of good, there's a lot that has changed in my life because of it. And I'm with a publisher now, but I could do things on the side like Tarryn, and my favorite thing is just not having a boss and being able to write and put it out when you want, and it just feels less like work that way. What is the next thing about it? I think for new authors, just trying to get noticed nowadays. When I first put my book out, there weren't a lot of indie authors, and so it was a lot easier, especially in this genre, to get noticed and get a following. But now, there's just thousands of books being released every day, and as a new author, it's very, very hard to break into it. When I start a book, I have no idea what the twist is going to be. So I don't know. I just kind of let the characters speak to me. I develop the characters first before I develop the plot line. And I'm finding it hard, a lot harder now. I have 12 books out now in the span of less than 4 years. So I keep trying to write these books and keep them new and fresh, and not like the last one, and it's difficult, especially when they're all in the same genre. But I don't know. I don't really get inspiration from anywhere in particular. I just kind of wait until it hits me. And November 9 is probably one of the biggest twists that's hopeless, so I'm really excited. I didn't know what I was writing. I just wrote a book, and every time I write a book, I never know what genre it's going to end up in. I leave that up to the publishers. To me, the most important thing is to write the story that I'm interested in writing and the characters, and whether that ends up being YA, NA, romantic suspense, it doesn't matter to me. So whether, I believe that it's just all kind of happened and it ended up in New Adult, because New Adult took off right when we first started self-publishing our books, but I had never heard of it. My book was out like 6 months before I even heard the term.
I never even heard of the term until about 6 months after someone said, "This is an NA book." And I said, "What's NA?" I just thought it was romance. Wait to feel something. And then I run with that feeling. So if my heart's just been broken, or if I'm really angry about something, a whole book seems to form around that emotion. And then I try to write every day. I know it's really different for Colleen and Christine, who are on different schedules. Colleen's like manic when she writes. It'll be locked up for a week, right? Where you just don't come out of the room. But I try to set aside a few hours every day. And then I try to put myself in the mindset of the character. So if I'm writing about a serial killer, I'm watching movies, I try to get I kill people in the street all day long. You make me angry, I think of ways to torture you. So I just try to be my character and live it out, which my family gets afraid, but makes it authentic.
I don't have a schedule. I'm very, very disorganized. But Tarryn's right. Like when I write, I have to have several days blocked off for me to write. I can't just write a little bit every day. And one thing I've noticed is I can't end it on like a sad or depressing scene, because then that's how I'll feel until I go back and finish that scene. So I have to continue writing until I make the characters at least a little bit happy for the time being. And I think that's why I try to put a little bit of humor in every now and then, because there's a lot of sadness in my book, so I'll put a little humor in so that I can stop writing and take a break.
Yeah, so sometimes Tarryn tells me you have to stop writing about your life. So I'm the same way. I run with an emotion. Whatever it is I'm feeling, last year I'm stressed, or I'm swooning head over heels in love, or angry, or whatever. I'll take that theme and make a story out of it. But the one thing that I do is, a parent knows this, is I read the end of every book that I ever read. I always read the end first. And then she gets sick to keep getting. So I know how I want it to end. That's how I do it. I know what the ending will be, and then I kind of move backwards. So that's kind of my process. For me, my names always have meaning, so I look up the meanings of names. I use the name generator on Scrivener, and I look up names for my character. Every name, every last name has a meaning. So, Alex, his last name is Light, so he was the light, Lisa's light. Or in this light, Dante, he's the second guy in the story, and Dante stands for means enduring. So I chose that name for my character. So I don't really go by what's the newest name in books, or what clicks for all these alpha characters or whatever. It's really the meaning of the name for me. So.
I completely get what you're saying, because sometimes I'll be reading a book and it'll be a really simple name and it sticks with me, just that name over and over, and I always remember it. When I'm writing, the name almost just falls in my head. I don't even pause to think about it. I'll be typing and I'll know I'll need a name, and it just happens as I'm writing, and I'll go with it. It's always been that way to me. I never really think hard about the names.
The most important part. I cannot start a book until I have the characters' names and I know what their personality will be. I have a severe case of writer's block right now, and it's not at all the story. Like, I have the story all in my head. I know what it's going to be, but I don't know the female character's name yet. And so for weeks, Yeah, I haven't been able, I even run them all by Tarryn, but I haven't been able to work on this book because I don't want to write any of the scenes if I don't know her name. Like, I feel like the name helps shape the scenes. And that may be weird because it's just a name, but it's very true, it's very important. And one thing that's very, very important in this genre is to pick a name for the boy that no one else has. Because you want your boy name to stand out. And these bloggers, I mean, you guys know, everyone knows who Ridge is, they know who Holder is. And, but you start getting into other characters, like Will was my first book. There's a lot of Wills in books. And so it's very important, I think, to try to pick a guy's name that no one else has, so that when a reader or a blogger is talking about this character, other readers, will know who that character is. Especially when I'm trying to develop a story in my head, I'll get in my car and just drive nowhere for hours and listen to music. And I'll get on certain songs where I'll listen to them the whole time. With November 9, it was Unsteady by Ex-Ambassadors. I love that song. I'm real into Ex-Ambassadors and getting into 21 Pilots right now. My son loves them, and we're going to see them October 1st. I'm so excited. But yeah, with Slams, I went in and added those lyrics towards the end of the book, and then emailed their record producer and was like, hey, I'm writing a book, do you mind if I use those? And 10 minutes later, they emailed me back a permission form, so I was like, oh my God. Because they were just huge for me. They're the reason why I started writing. I was actually at a concert, and they sang the lyrics, decide what to be and go be it, and I was like, I need to go do that. I just need to go write a book. And so I started writing a book. And so I attribute a lot of my career to them. And 1% good writing. But that's just me. I feel like it was all timing. And I don't know. Like, I don't think there's any one thing you can do to stand out from the rest. It's just a combination of, just working hard, putting everything out there, writing a good story, trying to market it as best you can without being annoying, and hoping it sits. I mean, there's just so many writers out there, and so many books, and so many great, great books go unnoticed every day. So it's hard to say.
And I think you have to have a combination of believable characters, tell a good story, and do it with really strong, beautiful words. And I think the readers respond to that. You're not, if you're reading a story, when you start to feel it. It was not luck. You were good. I think developing a style is really important, and reading as much as you can, and then incorporating pieces of what you love into your own style. I love the way Stephen King, how sharp he is with his description, and then there's certain writers who are their sentences are very kind of short to the point, and I like to combine all of those things together. And then I created, my own style. I like to write about bad people, because I think there's a lot of novels out there right now that are, writing about happy, good people that do the right thing. So, just trying to take a new perspective on something that's been done a million times before. Only you can see the world like you see it. And if you can put that into writing and share it with the rest of us, it will be unique, because it's your thoughts, the way you process things.
Before I started writing, I didn't live inside my head as much as I do now. But now, you're constantly developing your story in your head. You're constantly developing your characters. You're constantly listening to other characters, and you never listen to your husband, and you never listen to your kids. I feel like since I started writing, I live in this fantasy world, and I visit my house every now and then. And it's just weird. I don't feel like I live in reality anymore. Yeah. I think writing makes you crazy. I really do. And my husband, my son, he's my 11-year-old. He gets very, very annoyed with me, and he'll say, Mom. And I tell him all the time, I'm like, just say Mom, and then ask me your question. You don't have to wait for me to say what. But he's like, but you never say what. That's why I have to make sure you're listening. So, they've noticed that I'm never there when I pretend to be. But I work on it, I really do, but I live in my head a lot more than I live in reality. try to make myself happy. I feel like if I can't make myself happy and I'm not happy with the characters in the book, then I don't care if it hits the New York Times or sells a lot of copies. It's not going to matter to me because ultimately I want to be proud of it.
I don't think about anything when I'm writing. I just want to get the story out. I don't care if it is successful. I don't care who likes it. It's really just all about me. It's a very selfish process for me.
I tell Tarryn all the time, I'm like, Tarryn, you'll sell more books if you just give us a happy ever after. She doesn't care. She doesn't write for the money. She doesn't write for the readers. She just writes what she wants to write, and I love that about her.
It's the same for me. Actually, last week I'd gotten done with the last book in this life, and the agencies got ready to pitch it. And so they called me and they asked me a question. They said, so they want you to tell them how the Wound went. How many did you sell? How many books did you sell? What were your sales? And you know, it took me like a day to get back to them because I was so embarrassed because I've never checked. So I'm so busy with my life that I just write, I publish, and then I don't look back. So I don't even look at how many I sell or how much money I make. I just see the cents go into my bank every other month. But I just write because I have so many words to tell people. And as long as you do that and you're happy with that, I think no matter what happens with your writing career, you'll be fine.
Thank you, Christine.
Wow, this is huge. These guys are awesome, and to see that you guys stand in line forever for us, and it's just a surreal experience. And this is by far one of the best trips I've ever taken. So thank you for that.
And I mean, we all travel a lot, and I can say from personal experience that I have never encountered such kind, happy, genuine people as the Filipino readers. And I really like you, and this is one of my favorite trips too. So I think you have a lot to teach the world about how to be and how to act. So thanks for being wonderful.
Everything they said, and thank you so much for everything, for welcoming me here. And I'm so proud to be here, and I'm so proud to be one of you. And I'm going to go back to the States and make you more proud of me. So thank you for your welcome.
You guys missed this weekend signing of those 3 authors, you can still catch them this coming weekend, September 19 at 5 p.m. at the Manila International Book Fair, which is going to be held at the SMX Convention Center. Again, huge thank you for National Bookstore for bringing these authors here and hosting these events. I'm so grateful. Also, if you guys haven't heard, Kira Cass is coming here on September 18 at 4 p.m. at the North Wing Atrium at SM City, Cebu, September 19 at 2 p.m. at the Grand Atrium at Shangri-La Plaza. She's also going to the Manila International Book Fair on September 20 at 2 p.m., which again is going to be held at the SMX Convention Center. And that is it for my video. I hope you guys liked it. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Cuckoo for Books, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!